So from 1 to 15, from exercise 1 to 15, we need to find the derivative of this here, find dy dx. So that means we need to differentiate with respect to x. So let me solve the number 1. Here it is given twice x plus thrice y is equal to sine x. So differentiating with respect to x, differentiating with respect to x. If you differentiate with respect to x, if you differentiate the first term, then what you will get? You will get 2. And as we are differentiating with respect to x, so that's why the derivative of y will be dy by dx. Then derivative of sin x is cos x, isn't it? Cos x. So it implies 3 dy by dx is equal to cos x minus 2, and from here we get dy by dx, that's equal to cos x minus 2 by 3. That's how we can find the derivative. Now let me show you the next one, that is question number 2. Here twice x plus thrice y is equal to sine y. Now how to solve it? So method is same, differentiating with respect to x. So what we will get? We will get again 2 and 3 dy by dx, and derivative of sine y, it is a function of y, that's why it's going to be derivative of sin x is cos x, isn't it? So here it is y, so so it will be cos y, then again dy by dx. As this one is not a function of x, so that's why again we have to write here dy by dx. So that means we need to differentiate y again here. So now collect the terms containing dy by dx on one side of the equal sign, then what will happen? Then we will get cos y dy by dx minus 3 dy by dx is equal to 2, and from here take dy by dx common, then you will get cos y minus 3 is equal to 2, which implies dy by dx is equal to 2 by cos y minus 3. So that's how we can solve. That's our answer. So hope you have understood. Now let's move on to next question, question number 3. So let me write the solution here only. Okay, let me start from here. So differentiating with respect to x, so here you see differentiation of ax, a is constant, and differentiation of x is 1 into a, definitely a, plus, and the derivative of by square, if you differentiate by square, then what will happen? So by square, you have to assume this y square as x square, and derivative of x square is twice x, isn't it? So instead of x there is y, so derivative of this y square will be twice y, and as this is y, we are differentiating with respect to x, so there will be one more term, that is dy dx, and b is constant, so here it will be b. So we will get here, we can write the 2 here, 2b y dy dx. Okay, hope you have understood this. Now derivative of cos y, now consider this one as cos x, derivative of cos x is minus sin x. So as you can see, as this is y, so here it is y, and as we are differentiating with respect to x, then again we have to write here dy dx. Okay, so remember that. Now so what we got here, so minus sin y dy by dx. Okay, so now this implies, so let me write the dy dx terms containing dy dx on one side of the equal sign, then what we will get, twice by dy by dx minus sign become plus here sin y dy dx. On the other side, this positive a becomes negative. Okay, so here dy by dx can be taken as common, then we will get within bracket 2by plus sin y and equal to minus a. So the required derivative is minus a by twice by plus sin y. So this is our answer. So that's how we can solve question number 3. Now let me show you how to solve question number 4. So here solution. So let me write the solution here. So first differentiate x into y. Here we are going to use the product rule, u into v. Derivative of u into v is u, that is first function, derivative of the second function plus second function derivative of the first function. Okay, so here you see this is xy. Assume this one as u, assume this one as y as v. Okay, so if you differentiate with respect to x, then first function, that is x, derivative of y, that is dy by dx, then plus y, then derivative of x. Okay, derivative of x, that is 1. Okay, so we will get x dy by dx plus y into 1, that means y. So here differentiating with respect to x, so what we will get, differentiating with respect to x, we will get derivative of this term, we have got this one. So that is x dy by dx plus 1 into y is y. Then now here you see derivative of y square, assume this one as x square, and derivative of x square is nothing but twice x. Okay, twice x. So as there is y, so there will be twice y and dy by dx. So here it is y, twice y dy by dx. Then on the other side of the equal sign, derivative of 10x, derivative of 10x is sec square x. Okay, and then we have y, and derivative of y will be given by dy by dx. Then term consisting dy by dx, right on one side of the equal sign, x dy by dx plus twice y dy by dx minus dy by dx is equal to this y on the other side of the equal sign, it will be minus y. Sorry, let me write the sec square x first, sec square x minus y. Okay, then take the dy, take this dy by dx common, then what you will get, x plus twice y minus 1 dy by dx is equal to sec square x minus y, and that's going to be equal to that implies dy by dx is equal to sec square x minus y by x plus twice y minus 1. So that's our result. Okay, so hope you have understood. Now let's move on to next question. So question number 5, let me write the solution here. Again differentiating with respect to x. So we know derivative of x square is twice x, so twice x plus, and here xy, here you have to apply again product rule. If you use the product rule here, x derivative of y is dy by dx, then y, and derivative of x is 1, so y into 1, that means again 1, y. Then derivative of constant, that is 100, derivative of 100 will be 0, isn't it? So this implies x dy by dx is equal to minus twice x minus y, and that implies dy by dx is equal to minus twice x minus y by x, or you can write twice x minus y by minus x, sorry, twice x plus y by minus x. You can write this way also. So this is our answer, or this one. So that's how we can solve this. Now let me show you how to solve question number 6. Okay, so here, so let me write the solution here. So differentiating with respect to x, again derivative of x cube, so it's going to be thrice x square, and again here apply product rule, u into v. So first we have to write x square, then derivative of y, dy by dx, then plus y. Derivative of x square is nothing but twice x, so it is twice x. Then again here you need to apply again product rule. So if you apply that, it's gonna be x, derivative of y square will be twice y, then again dy by dx, then plus y square, derivative of x is 1, so it 1 into y square, it is 1, sorry, y square, then derivative of y cube, that's going to be thrice y square, and derivative of y dy dx is equal to 0. Derivative of constant is 0, isn't it? So hope you have understood this. So now collect all the terms containing dy dx, okay, on one side of the equal sign, and remaining parts on the other side, remaining terms on the other side. Then what will happen? X square. So if you take common dy by dx from those terms here, you can see this is dy by dx, dy by dx, and here if you take these terms common here, then what we will get here, x square, then twice xy plus thrice y square dy by dx. And on the other side you can take here, you see this thing on the other side, this one, okay, and this one, yes. So it's gonna be minus thrice x square minus twice xy and minus y square, isn't it? So here dy by dx will be equal to minus thrice x square minus twice xy minus y square by x square plus twice xy plus thrice y square. So that's our answer. That's how we can solve question number 6. Okay, now let us solve question number 7. So let me write the solution here. So differentiating this with respect to x, in order to differentiate sine y square, you have to assume this one as x square. If you assume this one as x square, derivative of x square is twice x. Now as we have assumed sine square y as x, so that's why, so derivative of this will be 2 sine y here. Then as it is function of function, so sine square y can be considered as sine y whole square, isn't it? So we have assumed this one as x square, and derivative of this is twice x, that means it is 2 sine y. Now as it is function of function, again you have to differentiate sine y, okay, sine y. So what we can write here, so 2 sine y, derivative of again sine y. Now consider this cos xy, this cos xy as cos of x only, then its derivative is minus sine x. Now we have considered xy as only x, so that's why instead of this x we have to write here xy, so this is going to be also xy. So then again here you see it is function of function, again you need to differentiate x y, Okay, so now what we can write here, minus sine xy derivative of xy, and derivative of pi is constant, so it's going to be 0, so that's why it is 0. Okay, so now here you see 2 sine y and derivative of sine y. Now derivative of sine y will be cos y, then again dy by dx, then minus sine of xy, sine of xy, and derivative of xy. Here you have to apply the product rule, and if you apply this, then x derivative of second function dy by dx, then y derivative of first function, that is x. Derivative of x is here 1, so 1 into y means y, isn't it? So that's why it's equal to 0. Now here you see, if you remember the trigonometric identities, 2 sin y cos y is sin twice y. We can write sin twice y, then dy by dx minus sine of xy, then if you multiply this with these terms, then what we will get, x dy dx, then plus y sine of xy equal to 0, and let's take common dy dx from these two terms, then what we will get, dy by dx sine twice y minus x sine of xy, and here this term, sorry, this should be minus, I have done a mistake here, this is minus, on the other side it will be plus y sine of xy. Okay, and so from here dy by dx, that's going to be equal to y sine of xy by sine twice y minus x sine of xy. So that's our answer. That's how we can solve. Now let me show you how to solve 8. So let us solve question number 8. So differentiating with respect to x. So if you differentiate x square, sine square x, so here you can assume this one as sine x whole square. So now here we are going to apply this derivative of x square. So applying that, here we will get twice, derivative of x square is twice x, so it's going to be 2 sine x, isn't it? Then again you need to differentiate this sine x, derivative of sine x, it is function of function. Okay, so 2 sine x, then derivative of sine x again. Okay, then similarly here also, and in the second term, so we're going to consider this cos square y as here you can write cos y whole square. Now assume this one as x square, and its derivative is again twice x, so instead of twice x, here it will be 2 cos y. So again it is a function of function, it is not x square, function of function. So again we have to write dy dx of cos y. Okay, so here we have got 2 cos y dy dx of cos y. Then let me clear this. Okay, then here you see 1 is constant, so derivative of 1 is nothing but 0. Okay, so here 2 sine x, and derivative of sine x is cos x, so 2 sine x cos x plus 2 cos y, and derivative of cos y will be sin y, sorry, minus sin y, and as it is not a function of x but we are differentiating with respect to x, then again dy dx equal to 0. So 2 sin x cos x sin twice x, in minus here also it will be here 2 sin y cos y, again sin twice y dy by dx. So this minus sign, this plus sign becomes minus here, so equal to 0. So shift this term to other side of the equal sign, then what you will get, doing so we will get sin twice y dy dx is equal to sin twice x. So dy by dx, that's going to be sin twice x by sin twice y. So this is our answer of question number 8. So now let's move on to question number 9. Now let us solve question number 9. Here you see, in this case, as we have sine inverse here, so before going to find a derivative, we have to simplify this expression and by substituting a trigonometric ratio such that we get sine of angle, any angle, okay, theta or a something, okay, so that sine inverse and sine a becomes a, okay. So here if you recall the trigonometric ratio, 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sine twice theta, okay, sine twice theta. So if you compare these two expressions with this identity, this expression with this part of identity, then you can see both are in the same form. Instead of tan theta there is x, so that's why we can substitute x, we can substitute tan in the place of x, okay. So putting x is equal to tan theta, which implies theta is equal to tan inverse of x, and doing so we will get y is equal to sine inverse of 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta, and which is equal to sine inverse of sine twice theta, that's equal to twice theta. Now replace this theta by the value of theta from here, then you will get y is equal to 2 tan inverse of x, okay. And now differentiate dy by dx is equal to 2 derivative of tan inverse of x. So derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 by 1 plus x square, so there is 2, if you multiply it by 2 then you will get 2 by 1 plus x square. So this is our answer. Hope you have understood this. So let's move on to next question. So let me solve this. So here you see, in order to differentiate it, first let me substitute x is equal to something. Here you see, here we need to have tan inverse of tan a b or anything, okay, so that we get a, it may be 2 theta 3 theta 1 theta anything, okay. So recall this trigonometric identity, tan 3 theta is equal to 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta 1 minus 3 tan square theta. So if you compare this with this expression within the bracket, then you can see clearly that you can replace the x by tan theta in this case, yes. So let me substitute x, let me substitute tan theta in the place of x, then what will happen if you do so? So let us put, or you can write putting, okay, x is equal to tan theta, which implies theta is equal to tan inverse of x. So then y is equal to tan inverse Let's become 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta by 1 minus 3 tan square theta, and that's going to be equal to tan inverse of tan thrice theta, and this gives 3 theta, and value of theta is tan inverse x as we have considered here. So that's why derivative of this expression dy dx is equal to 3 derivative of tan inverse x. Derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. So here we will get 3 by 1 plus x square. Okay. So hope you have understood this. Now let's move on to question number 11. So let's solve question number 11. So here you see, if you remember this identity, that 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta is equal to cos twice theta. So now compare these two, then you can see that we can replace the x by tan theta in order to get cos 2 theta. Okay, so let's do it. So let me write here solution. Okay, so putting x is equal to tan theta, which implies theta is equal to tan inverse of x. So then we will get y is equal to cos inverse of 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta, which gives cos inverse of cos twice theta, and which is equal to theta, sorry, twice theta. Now replace this theta by this value, that is tan inverse x. So then you will get y is equal to 2 tan inverse of x. Okay, tan inverse of x. Now differentiate both sides. So 2 into derivative of tan inverse of x, and we know that derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 by 1 plus x square. Then here you see, as there is 2, so we can write here 2 by 1 plus x square. So this is our result. So hope you have understood. Now let's move on to next question. So this question, here you see, this expression is similar to the expression which was given in question number 11. So but here only we have sine inverse instead of cos inverse. Okay, so again we are going to apply the same method here, putting x is equal to tan theta, so that theta is equal to tan inverse of x. So then we will get y sine inverse of 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta, which gives sine inverse of cos twice theta, because 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus cos tan square theta, 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus cos square theta gives tan square theta gives cos 2 theta, isn't it? So here you see, now cos 2 theta can be expressed in terms of sin theta. So if we do so, then what we will get? So we will get 1 minus, or you can write, sorry, cos of pi by 2, that is 90, minus 2 theta. And so here it will be sine, sorry, it will be sine. So because sine pi by 2 minus 2 theta gives cos 2 theta. Okay, So here we will get pi by 2 minus 2 theta. So let us replace the theta by this value of theta. So then we will get pi by 2 minus 2 tan inverse of x. Now differentiate. So dy by dx. So as you can see, this term is constant, pi by 2 is constant, so it's going to be 0. So minus 2 derivative of tan inverse x, that's going to be, and we know minus derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. So that is into minus 2 is minus 2 by 1 plus x square. So that is our results. So that's how we can solve question number 12. Now let me show you how to solve the next one. So let me show you how to solve question number 13. So here again we are going to put x is equal to tan theta, which implies theta is equal to tan inverse of x. So y is equal to cos inverse 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. So here you see this is equal to sine 2 theta, sine 2 theta. Okay, now sine can be converted to cos by pi by 2 minus 2 theta. Okay, so here it's going to be equal to cos inverse sine twice theta. So cos inverse sine twice theta can be written as cos pi by 2 minus 2 theta. So this gives pi by 2 minus 2 theta. Now replace the theta by this value of theta, pi by 2 minus 2 tan inverse x. So now dy by dx will be, and derivative of pi by 2 is 0 as it is constant. So 0 minus 2 into dx of tan inverse x, and derivative of tan inverse x is nothing but 1 by 1 plus x square, that's into minus 2 will give you minus 2 by 1 plus x square. So this is our result. Hope you have understood this. Now let's move on to question number 14. So solution of question number 14. So expression of this form, a square minus x square. So always put here sine theta. Okay, put here sine theta, not sine theta, a sine theta. Okay, so a is constant, so here in this case a is 1 here, so we will put 1 sine theta, that means simply sine theta. Okay, because if you put sine theta in this case, then you can apply this 1 minus sine square theta is equal to cos square theta, this identity. Okay, so what we can write, putting x is equal to sine theta, which implies theta is equal to sine inverse of x. So then what is, so sorry, this question is wrong, here it should be inverse. Okay, sine inverse. So y is equal to sine inverse of, so twice x, x is here sine theta, then 1 minus x square means sine square theta, so sine inverse 2 sine theta, and 1 minus sine square theta under root 1 minus sine square theta gives cos theta. So 2 sine theta cos theta, 2 sine twice theta, so sine inverse it's going to give sine twice theta. Okay, this results this, so that's why it's going to be 2 theta. Now theta is replaced by sine inverse x, because you know theta is equal to sine inverse x. So now find the derivative, dy by dx is equal to 2 dy dx of sine inverse x. So what was the what is the derivative of sine inverse x? Okay, so I have already given you the derivative of inverse trigonometric ratios. I will provide the link of that video in the description box. Okay, so what's that first? Okay, so what was that? It is 1 minus derivative of sine inverse x is 1 by root over 1 minus x square. So that is into 2, that's going to give you 2 by 1 minus 2 by root over 1 minus x square. So that's our answer. So hope you have understood this. Now let's move on to next question, that is question number 15. Solution. So here you see, we know that 2 cos square theta minus 1 is equal to cos twice theta, cos twice theta. And if you observe, this expression is of in this form. Okay, and as there is 1 by this one, 1 by cos 2 theta will be sec 2 theta. So as there is sec inverse theta, so if you get here sec 2 theta, sec inverse of sec 2 theta, then you will get 2 theta, isn't it? So let us substitute x, let us substitute cos theta here. Okay, so let me clean this, putting x is equal to cos theta, which implies theta is equal to cos inverse x. So y is equal to sec inverse 1 by 2 cos theta minus 1 sec inverse 1 by cos 2 theta. Okay, so sec inverse, so it's going to be sec theta, sec 2 theta, sorry, which implies which is equal to 2 theta, and replace the theta by this value of theta, cos inverse x, cos inverse x. So dy by dx is 2 derivative of cos inverse x, and derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 by 1 plus x square. So if you multiply this one with 2, then you will get minus 2 by 1 plus x square. So this is our answer. So hope you have understood how to solve this. So thank you for watching. If you like my video, then please share with your friends and inspire me to create new videos for you. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe the channel. Thank you.